Now, the UN chief Ban Ki-moon and Russia's President Vladimir Putin are due to meet in the Black Sea resort of Sochi. And Syria is once again at the top of the agenda. Now, on Thursday, the focus was in the US, where Barack Obama discussed the crisis with his Turkish counterpart. More on that in just a moment. But first, David Chater on why Russia could hold the key to ending the conflict.
If you want peace in Syria, you have to come to Russia. President Vladimir Putin has been playing host to an increasingly long queue of statesmen trying to stop the bloodshed. The latest to arrive is the UN's Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon. So far, though, the Russian leader has shown no sign of abandoning Bashar al-Assad. He will not sacrifice such a vital strategic partnership, no matter what weight of international pressure is applied.
Now let's have a look at the debate over the use of chemical weapons in the Syrian conflict. Yesterday, that was Thursday, President Obama told the world the United States has seen evidence of their use.
US President Barack Obama remains cautious of any plan to arm rebel forces. Turkish Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan, a one-time ally but now harsh critic of the Syrian president, doesn't share those reservations. But Mr. Obama made it clear the US and Turkey are working together on bringing the Syrian civil war to an end.
There's no magic formula for dealing with a extraordinarily violent and difficult situation like Syria's. I preserve the options of taking additional steps, both diplomatic and military.
Erdogan was more forthright about his aims. Syria should not be an area controlled by terrorist groups. The use of chemical weapons must be prevented. Security for all the minorities must be provided. These are the priorities. I believe that today is a historical day, a historical turning point concerning relations between Turkey and the United States.
Tarihi bir gün, tarihi bir dönüm noktası yaşadığımıza inanıyorum.
In the end, both men stressed the strength of their relations over trade, terrorism and commercial interests, but they also both voiced intentions towards the Middle East, with Erdogan going ahead with a visit to Gaza and Obama announcing a trip to the West Bank.
What the two leaders did here was bury the lead, in a sense, hide really what was the main part of the discussion in the Oval Office just before they came out to speak to the press there. In the words of US President Barack Obama, they did spend a great deal of time on Syria, and one can only presume that the requests put in by Prime Minister Erdogan of Turkey simply didn't get the response he wanted from Barack Obama. Otherwise, they would, of course, have been mentioned. Here are the main ones. One would be a supply of weapons to the Syrian opposition from the United States. That is one part of how Syria would like the United States to get involved more aggressively on the ground in Syria. As for the skies over Syria, as you said, Erdogan would like to see a no-fly zone put in place. Zero mention of that, at least to the press, from Barack Obama today. What the United States is looking at doing at the moment is really starting afresh on this move towards a diplomatic solution. That is something that both leaders agree upon. But the United States really hoping now on a so-called peace conference that we're expecting to see organized at the beginning of June. That is a conference where everybody would get a space at the table, the Syrian opposition, the Assad regime, Turkey as well, of course. And there is a little bit of hope, at least within the Obama administration, that that could be the right way to go, not get involved militarily for now on the ground.